As a brand, many times you create it almost out of necessity. I was working in skincare at the time, and that company was struggling, and we knew we had some good concepts with products that were selling to spas and salons, and Skindinavia was an offshoot of that. And the setting sprays, which you have today and which really sort of built the company, were conceived at a party in Miami Beach. I was talking to a woman whose makeup, and this was mid-August, was melting. And we had had a couple drinks at the time. And I was a student of skincare, and we had been working with this ingredient that's cooled the skin surface. And I kind of thought to myself at the time, maybe this cooling ingredient sprayed over makeup or placed over makeup would help stop it from melting in place. For the makeup setting sprays, LimeLife has two versions. The time setter's geared more towards normal to dry skin types. And the idea being is that it keeps the surface of the makeup cool so that any type of loss of moisture goes a lot more slowly. It's almost kind of like on a summer day, a puddle would dry up faster than on a winter day. So the idea is that by keeping the makeup surface hydrated and glowy and beautiful, you get a lot less settling into lines and wrinkles, but never too shiny, of course. And then the Oil Strike, which is a sister product, is very, very similar in base, except it contains a number of powders and ingredients that absorb excess shine for people with combination of oily skin. First Base was actually the first sprayable makeup primer ever made. And the idea of this was an offshoot of the Time Setter and Oil Strike, which was, okay, we know how to keep makeup on, but how about putting it on, making sure it applies properly, and also for people that really needed extreme wear. It was a matter of how do you create a primer that was breathable, simple, easy to apply, was really, really good for the skin, and that product for us was transformative. We had the challenge of keeping something silicone-free because most primers were sort of just these gel-type products that would create a nice texture, but would insulate the skin a bit, so if you did have combination oily skin, you tend to get what's called oil rebound throughout the day. So we took the core technology in the setting sprays, which kept the skin surface and makeup cool, put it into a primer, added, for the first time ever, and the product's patented, a stabilized form of vitamin B6 that had amazing clinical trials on shine and pore size. Put that in there as well too. And we created a primer that tested, and we did all sorts of crazy clinical trials on this that would test to hold makeup. So the idea was something you could spray on, and remember, some of our background, and this is how we came to LimeLife, was with the professionals. And part of the advantage for them was speed of application. It applied in only a couple seconds, when typically a primer would be a few minutes. So it was sort of transformative in that space, and that's the background behind it. Another very unique thing about each of your products, it took us 3 years to develop the sprayer on each one too. So you can have a wonderful formula in setting sprays and a sprayable primer, but it needs to be applied properly. If you take a look closely at the mist and the way that it's delivered, the particle size is so small and so spread out that within 2 or 3 sprays, you have the entire face covered. So the idea is, with a minimum amount of product, give someone full coverage, obviously applied in a couple seconds, and then over time, hours and hours, the product releases itself. The really unique thing about LimeLife is not that we make the only setting spray. There are plenty out there, but the technology used is patent on the inside. So most setting sprays simply work by sort of sealing the makeup into place, which really can be good for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, or 30 seconds. The true challenge of releasing this over hours and hours and hours, which is our route of what the pros demand, 12, 14, 16 hours on set, no touch-ups, is truly unique to LimeLife, and it's very, very, very difficult to imitate this product. One product I'm very, very excited about is the sprayable makeup remover we have coming out. It is the first product of its kind. There has never been a makeup remover spray before. Incredible, incredible performance on the product, but the challenge of a makeup remover, believe it or not, is it's almost impossible to get a makeup remover to fine mist aside from just water to remove your makeup. So this goes on in seconds. There is very, very little pulling or tugging on the skin surface and removes every waterproof. We sat in Madison's office, Deb Milley and I, who works very closely with LimeLife, and some of the folks out in the field may know, and she did demos on waterproof eyeliner and other products, removes it in seconds. And we look to take common things that you do every day and just make it easier, faster, save time, and better. There are really three, I find, unique aspects of what makes Skindinavia different. One is that the actual products are patented. And although this isn't, a consumer-focused type comment, it's just that they're unique. You can't imitate the formulas. The technology on the inside, the way that they work, which is by keeping the makeup surface or skin surface in the case of the primer cool, is totally proprietary to the LimeLife products. While most primers and setting sprays seal, these are released over time and it cannot be imitated. The second, and we spoke of this a bit before, is a sprayer that was 3 years in development by the world's largest sprayer manufacturer. There wasn't something on the market until LimeLife came along that would deliver a facial setting spray in 2 to 3 sprays, perfect coverage, not too much, not too little, very, very difficult to do. And then I think the third thing is really the roots of why we're here. The professional usage that we have had over a decade with LimeLife and originally with Alcone, who brought us here, is totally unique. These products that come to LimeLife have been tested for years by those people that can pick anything. So between the patent, a totally unique delivery system, and the historical testing we've done on this product, I believe it really sets us apart from what else is out there. We'll come out with other sprays moving down the road, but we never launch products just to launch products. It has to be disruptive, it has to solve a common problem, it has to be highly active, it has to be the greatest quality, and it has to make someone's life easier and better. And for the folks out in the field too, the thing that I've always loved about the products we make for LimeLife is they're very, very easy to show people. A spray takes a second or two to demonstrate, and they tend to start a conversation. And that's why I love working with LimeLife too. I love allowing the folks out in the field to show something and to have their customers say, what is that? I've never seen that before. And to give them something unique and fun to talk about that they know is active and high quality. And that's the direction that we're going.